What is going on, guys? It is MrAeroHD here, and you guys know that I'm not one of these YouTubers that likes to do updates of games, bring you guys news. I'm not that guy. I do it occasionally. I did it with Forza 4, kind of did it with 5, and then I lost interest. Didn't do any of that with Horizon 2, because it wasn't interesting to me. I'm also not the kind of guy that gets really excited about Forza anymore, at least after 5. I was one of the game's biggest critics. A lot of people on YouTube, didn't want to I guess the word is they didn't want to mess with their standing with turn 10 or whatever. You might hear my cat in the background, or some other weird noises, but I just had to make this video right now. I stumbled upon a link, which if you haven't heard about it from another YouTuber, you might have caught it on Twitter, and if you didn't catch it on Twitter or from another YouTuber, I feel very sorry for you, but you're gonna learn today. So basically, this was leaked. I don't know if this is still up. It is at Xbox.com, and it looks like it's on the Japanese version of the website. Basically, just a pre-order screen for Forza 6. Not really anything out of the ordinary, but oops, they included some details. The first one that you can see right here is unrelenting action at simulation speed, which, who gives a shit. But race over 450 cars. So if anybody remembers the launch from Forza 5, this is almost double, if not more than double. So big applause to turn 10 there. That was really, for me, the second biggest issue with the launch of Forza 5 was that there was no cars. Forza 5 is not a game, Forza was not a game where you could have a low car count. The physics aren't good enough for that. Project Cars and iRacing and stuff can get away with it because all their cars, comparative to Forza, are so meticulously detailed in the physics department. But they're stepping up their game. They're bringing back the car count. Thank God. Thank you so much, Forza. Thank you. And I just want to stress, if you're watching this and you don't know me, you don't know what I'm about, I'm not a Forza fanboy. I do play a lot of Forza, but I am one of their biggest critics. I am one of their biggest naysayers. Forza 5 was a terrible game in almost every aspect. Some people liked it, but me, I hated it. If you guys want proof of that, go watch my review of my step back. I think I made a review of it. If I didn't, I was just too disgusted. The game was a huge step back for the franchise. So immediately, just having over 450 cars is a huge improvement. It gets better. As you can see from this screenshot, this clearly is not Horizon 2. There is rain on this car, which is big news because we now have weather. As it says here, as real as it gets, breathtaking I'm so excited. Breathtaking graphics at 1080p resolution and 50 frames per second. Wet weather, 3D puddles, and night racing test your driving skills. Cutting-edge Forza Tech engine powers this unrelenting action and state-of-the-art physics at simulation speed. Alright, so 50 frames per second. A lot of people are speculating this is just a typo. Personally, I don't even give a shit. If it runs at a smooth 50, fuck it. It's a smooth 50. A lot of people do complain and say, oh, well, I don't care what the game runs at so long as it is a smooth, buttery smooth frame rate. It doesn't matter to me. I don't care. Wet weather. We've never had this in a motorsport game. They implemented it with Horizon 2. It was good, but it could have been a little bit better. The visually was breathtaking, so they threw it into Horizon 2. So they're going to throw it into Motorsport 6. 3D puddles. Now, what does this mean? I'm guessing the tracks they probably 3D laser mapped. And if there's bumps in the track, then the track puddles will accumulate in those low spots. Again, this is roughly translated. Also, the people think this is 60 frames per second. It's likely this is pretty English. There's a lot of mistakes in here and sentences that don't make sense. But again, I personally am cool with 50 frames per second. I know a lot of FPS Nazis are going to be pretty upset, but personally, I don't give a shit. It's fine. It doesn't bother me. Night racing. Another thing, we've had that since Horizon 1. There's my cat. Has not made an appearance in a motorsport game yet. Somebody mentioned on Twitter that this does not say that we can have active weather or active day to night dynamic night changes. I don't care. It's just cool to have day and night in the game. It doesn't necessarily have to be dynamic. It would be super cool. There's no confirming that does not exist. but let's just take this for what it is in face value and not make any assumptions. This is still great news for the motorsport franchise. Maybe I'm a little bit too overhyped about it. Maybe I should be a little critical, saying why they have dynamic changes. But the good news, as Billy Mays says, but wait, there's more. You guys can see 3 cars here. Right here, there's nothing really new about this screenshot. There's a car here in the distance that you can't really see. Aventador, Zonda Cinque, some Koenigsegg, I believe it's an Agira, and the GT that we already confirmed. So there's nothing new in this screenshot. Right here, this looks gorgeous. I'm not sure if any of these cars are new to the franchise. We have a McLaren MB4-12C GT3, Z4 GT3, and there is a Lamborghini. I believe that's a Gallardo GT3. I really can't. It looks like a Lamborghini from the lines here. I'm not sure what Lamborghini it is, but they're all branded Blancpain race cars. Which, even if these cars did exist in Forza 5, they were not team liveries, I don't believe. Someone's probably in the chat, not the chat, but somebody in the comments is probably going to correct me on that. Here comes my favorite piece of news to date. Again, we still haven't had an official press release from E3. We haven't seen any new gameplay trailers. This is just this website, so there could be more news on the way. This is just as of June 6, 2015. Home of the greatest racing, tuning, and painting community in gaming. This isn't news to us. 2-player split screen racing. That kind of sucks. You know, it is kind of stupid that we only have 2-player split screen, even though, you know, I kind of understand nobody plays split screen anymore, at least on Xbox or PlayStation. That's more of a Nintendo Wii thing. 24-player races. Now, I don't know if this includes AI. I don't know if this is online. But from the way it's phrased here, we're going up a huge number from, I believe it was 12 or 16 to 24 cars on track online. That's, you know, connection permitting. I also skipped this, but we'll get back to this. Realistic Drivatar opponents. So Drivatars are making a comeback. Personally, not too thrilled about it, but, you know, hopefully they tweaked them a little bit. Honestly, Forza 4's AI was not much better than Forza 5's Drivatars. It just kind of, they hyped up, in my opinion, they hyped up a system of AI that really wasn't any better than anyone's normal AI. So, Drivatars coming back, it does nothing for me. It's not a bad thing, it's not a good thing. 24-player races, that's the big news here for me. As you see, because I'm a jerk-off and completely scrolled by it, the most cars of any racing game this generation. More than 450 cars, but all immaculately recreated and customizable, and with working cockpits and full damage. Now, this doesn't say Forza Vista anywhere, and my response to that is thank God, because I've been a preacher of kill Forza Vista ever since it made its appearance. It was cute in Forza 4, you know, it was a nice little feature to take some of the newer cars and go really in-depth with them. Forza 5, in my opinion, Forza Vista ruined that game's car count, because Turn 10 had to focus on detailing and modeling all of the interiors to their specific meticulous detail for that Forza Vista mode, which hampered the car count. So I'm assuming, again, it doesn't say it is or isn't in here, but I'm assuming they ditched it in favor of getting that car count up. Thank God. I'm really glad. I'm going to take credit for it. I'm glad you guys listened to me. Because not a whole lot of people were saying get rid of it completely, at least from what I saw in videos on YouTube. Here is the biggest nugget of news. As anybody would know, as a Forza player, even the biggest Forza fanboy can make cases for the Drivatars, can say, you know, well, there wasn't a huge car count, but they were all really well modeled. The tracks in Forza 5 were a joke. A joke. They removed original circuits, which is almost unheard of. Like, that makes no sense to me. A lot of popular tracks were completely removed. I believe there was almost no Japanese tracks at all. You know, a lot of tracks as a drifter I liked, you know, Tsukuba, Suzuka, original tracks like Maple Valley, Iberian, Camino Viejo, stuff like that. Even the Nürburgring Nordschleife, actually I think all of Nürburgring wasn't even on the track disc at launch. So there was a lot missing there, and Forza's track count was, you know, along with their car count, one of their strong points. Here, as we can see, you know, amongst the English here, tour 26 world famous locales. Now, my friends, ladies and gentlemen, that does not mean 26 tracks. That means 26 locations. Very clear, different words. 26 tracks in a next-gen game is not that much. You know, we have games like Project Cars that have way more tracks than that. That's 26 locations. That means there's 26 different locales with different track layouts within them. If you think of Suzuka, that's one location that has 3 tracks, east, west, and the full circuit. So there could be 50 plus tracks in this game. You know, there has that potential. Let's just say every track has 2 layouts. Roughly, almost 50 tracks available in this game. You know, there's Daytona, which is spelled Dayton. A little typo there. This is the little typos here and there. The only thing that make me question that this is not real, but it's on Xbox.com. Like how, and these screenshots look pretty gosh darn real to me. Rio, so I see they're adding in another street circuit, another original track, which is cool. Turn 10, if you're watching this video, your strong point is your original tracks. From people who have been here since day one, your Tokyo Dockyards, Fujimi Kaido, Maple Valley, Iberian was fantastic, Camino fantastic, Ladera fantastic. You got to go back to that, and I see that you're doing that with Rio. I don't believe we have any screenshots here. This might be Rio, this might be Monaco. It's not Monaco. It kind of looks like Prague a little bit, but there's really not too much to judge in this screenshot. And it is available for pre-order already. There's a little pre-order button here. So this is huge news. There is a couple of videos, but there's not really much that we haven't seen yet. So, you know, we're still pre-E3, and this is massive, massive, massive news. And for all that we know, this is the beginning of what's to come. We don't know if this is it yet. Personally, if we're talking about opinions-wise, this already makes Forza 6 leaps and bounds better than Forza 5. This game has went from average to poor to fantastic. All I said they have to do is bring back all they had in Forza 4, give it the graphics of Forza 5, boom, they have a game changer. I may catch a lot of flack for this, especially if this video, you know, gains traction with everybody searching for the details on YouTube. But this, to me, forget Drive Club, forget Project Cars, this looks like the first next-gen racing game. You know, it's not running 60 frames per second. Again, we can't confirm that. It says 50 frames per second here. You know, but it's running in 1080p. It's got all these weather and night racing, which is something that Forza needed for a long, long time, and really is going to add a depth and different playability to it. Almost all the cars from the old game are coming back. Again, what I can just judge from that car count, we can't confirm anything of what cars are going to be there and what cars are not going to be there. But 450 is sure as hell a good start and a good step in the right direction. Again, I haven't had any hands-on. We haven't seen any gameplay. They could have added more or less. Personally, the 26 racetracks alone is just huge. I think there was 12 in 5, even maybe less than that. Definitely really, and everything was pretty forgettable. You know, Forza's been on a very poor track record with original tracks. You know, Bernese Alps to me wasn't that entertaining. Maybe as a racer, but as a drifter, it was just kind of boring. Prague was just, did nothing for me. But to see all these, you know, possible returning locations from Forza 4, this is wonderful, wonderful news as a Forza fan. Turn 10 has been a very tough company after the release of Forza 5 to stay behind and to be a fan of, you know, with games and games not meeting expectations, and I've never been the guy that says, oh, we need weather, or oh, we need night racing. I've always been okay, you know, throw in a couple more tracks, tweak your physics, make them a little bit better, give us some new cars, and I'll be happy. You know, 3 to 4, Forza 3 to Forza 4, that's basically all they did. They threw in some new tracks, some new cars, made the graphics better, tweaked the physics, bada bing, done. I was happy. It wasn't a huge step, but it's all I needed. So to see that they're innovating to this point, even the 3D puddles, I'm really curious to see what they do with that. This is huge news. And I can't wait for E3. I can't wait to see what else Turn 10 has in store for us. So thank you guys very much for watching. If you've learned something new here or liked the video, please give it a like, share it, pass it around, and I hope to see you with more incredible, fun, super awesome news in the future. So me and my cat, thank you. Thanks very much, guys. Take care. Goodbye. Hey, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my videos, go ahead and click that subscribe button. I also have a Facebook and a Twitter. For those links, be sure to check out the description box below.